Rudy Giuliani. Everybody calls you Mayor. I like to call you Rudy.
I like it.
Is that okay?
Everybody calls me Rudy, except my mother used to call me Rudolph.
Rudolfo.
Yeah, when she was mad.
That is an odd name for an Italian guy, Rudolfo.
But like La Boheme.
Yeah, that's true. She was an opera lover, perhaps.
I am.
You know, I want to ask you something. Do you think that the Republicans are being cooperative right now, or are they being obstructionists? Let me read you a quote from Senator Jim DeMint of South Carolina.
I think I know this one.
He says, quote, "If we're able to stop Obama on this health care, it will be his Waterloo. It will break him." That doesn't sound cooperative to me.
Well, that isn't a particularly good comment, and he's wrong. Actually, also, the senator is wrong. If Obama wins or loses health care, he's president for the next 3.5 years, and he can win or lose a lot of other things. So even if he loses health care, he's got plenty of other things to deal with. So
That's a big deal. He campaigned on that.
That's a nasty remark, in my opinion.
Yeah, not the right kind of remark. I think the president has not laid out a bipartisan approach to health care because he's taken off the table the two things that Republicans are most interested in, which is medical malpractice reform, which costs a lot of money. You want to reform health care, you got to reform liability. And second, the ability to buy insurance interstate, so that here in New York, I can buy an insurance policy in Arizona or someplace else. That would create a lot more competition.
Are you for the public option?
No.
You're not?
I'm for expanding private options and decreasing the role of government, creating...
But won't that increase won't that increase people's payment to insurance companies if you lose the public option and they say you can have a pre-existing condition? That will raise your rates.
No.
But Mayor Giuliani...
The more private competition... The thing wrong with health care right now is it's too dominated by government. Medicare, Medicaid. Already, if this were a private market, the government would be guilty of violating the antitrust law. It dominates the health care market. It drives the prices up. I ran second or third largest health care system in the country in New York, and the amount of Medicaid spending is out of control.
But Medicare works.
Can I ask you about your private options?
In fact, the government runs it, and it's bankrupt.
Yeah. But if we had hours, we could go into great detail. But I want to ask you a couple of questions about your private options. You said the other day that you were thinking about running for governor, and you won't decide until November, right?
That's right.
Governor of New York. Okay.
Right.
If you don't do it, are your political days over?
I don't know.
What else?
A lot of people whose political days are over somehow resurrected themselves.
Would you run again? Would you be a candidate for the Republicans?
I don't know.
But you,
I'm not thinking about it right now.
But you might. You
mean president?
Excuse me. What did I say? President. But you're not turning it down. You're not saying no.
Are you offering?
If I could offer? Okay,
he's a politician. He's evasive.
Okay, but he didn't say no. Okay, now I want to introduce your not-so-secret weapon, because when we did that interview that we talked about,
that's right.
You said the person who helped to get you through it is the lady who is your wife,
my wife,
Judith Giuliani.
Judith.
And she refuses to talk, but we thought that we should show her. And I showed you earlier this week, you and me having ice cream in Southampton, so...
Yeah, you were on the show, Joe.
There we are. Oh, you are going to say something. Should he run? Okay, should he run for president?
Look, there she is.
I think Rudy would be great at anything he does, and he knows that I'll support him whatever makes him happy.
What a good wife.
Yeah, she is a good wife. She got me through prostate cancer first, because she's a nurse. And she got me to sort of think about prostate cancer, get it into the right frame of mind, be optimistic about it and dealing with it. And then within a year, she helped me deal with September 11th. She helped run the family center. She helped organize the hospitals. I mean,
good that you had health insurance when you had prostate cancer.
It was good that I had health insurance. But it's also good I got to choose, it was private health insurance, and I got to choose my own doctor or my own hospital.
Well,
and some government agent didn't say.
Since you said, this has been a burning question on my mind, because I have great health insurance, you have great health insurance. But if you are someone who is raising 3 kids and you're a single parent and you're working 2 jobs, it is very difficult to buy the kind of health insurance that you need. So people's options are very slim. So I'm wondering, what is your suggestion to those folks? Because those are the people we really need to take care of.
What I would rather do is subsidize people to buy health insurance. The way
subsidize. Say it again.
Subsidize. Give them money. Give them money to do it.
How are you going to get the money?
Don't we do that for college? What do we do for college? Well, no. We have grants. We have loans. We have grants. We have loans, and then we let the student choose the college they want to go to.
At the end of the year, give them money like on a tax credit or something like that?
Do it with a tax credit. Do it with cash subsidies. But that would create more private options and then let people decide on the option they want, how much they want to spend.
But isn't that what people are able to do now? I mean, if you can afford to do that, people, yeah, you were able to choose.
What will happen if you create a public option is the public option will dominate the market, and private insurance companies will go away.
How do we know that?
Because Medicaid's already doing it. Medicaid already determines a lot of the cost of reimbursement, and Medicaid is bankrupt. Why would you want to give an organization that has bankrupted Medicaid another big program to run?
Well, I ask that about the government all the time.
Yeah, but there are veterans programs that do work, you know,
Yes,
where
there are a lot of
this is not that this is the first time we've ever heard about the government.
But a lot of things don't work. Social Security has to be saved. The government's been running it for years. Medicaid has to be saved. The government's been running it for years. People complain about the misspending and the mismanagement in the Defense Department. Well, the government doesn't run these programs really well.
The insurance companies are just as bad or worse. Go ahead.
More of them. Have more of them and let them compete.
Right.
And let them compete around the entire country as opposed to just in one state.
Well, I've always found as soon as you give a whole bunch of folks that run companies a lot of leeway, they tend to run stuff into the ground. Now, I was a welfare parent, and the government took real good care of my family with the kind of medical insurance that we needed, that they give. And I still don't understand why we can't implement that program to go wider.
Because you don't want as many people under government control. And the reality is, private industry, if it's regulated correctly, does a very, very good job.
How are you going to regulate it now?
Look at all of the cell phones you have, and look how inexpensive they are. I bet everybody here has a cell phone.
Whose bill are you looking at?
But everybody, well, somehow everybody's got one, including people on welfare, have cell phones.
Well, because you can get them from the government.
Because the cost has come down dramatically.
Look, the public option is another thing to compete with. They can compete with the government.
The public option will be so big that it'll wipe out competitors. It's like the antitrust laws. We don't let a company get too big because it drives out other companies. You make the government too big, it'll drive out, there'll be no private companies left.
Can you do me 2 seconds? Tell me, no, not do me 2 seconds, but sorry. She missed it, so it's all right. The September 11th education program, because this is a really amazing thing that you've put together.
This is an education program that's done by a group of people, some of whom are family members of people lost on September 11. It's available to schools, and it allows children, to high school students mostly, to learn about September 11. It's politically absolutely neutral, not right, left, or in between, and it allows them to draw their own conclusions about it. And to try to figure out how to integrate it into their lives, and also how to deal with some of the horrible images that people look at.
Thank you for being on. Come on with us again. As you can see, we're just a nice, friendly group. Mayor Giuliani, thank you. Thank you for all you did. We'll be right back.